Hello everyone, I'm HeyAmarii and welcome back to Disco Elysium. This game is getting more and more exciting because even if a lot of new quests are popping up, I'm still resolving a lot of them, and the way these mysteries unfold and resolve and expand, it just gets more interesting. It's also a very silly game. Like, you can be impulsive and silly and it doesn't punish you for it. I'm loving this. I'm glad that I started playing it. So let's continue on. We have a few more areas to explore around here hopefully before nightfall. I don't know how much I'll get done before nightfall, but at some point I'm gonna have to go back because I do want to send Kim off to bring the body or the autopsy report, so that's like out of the way, and at least I have a free place to stay now. Yay! Anyways, yeah, let's go back to this. Let's talk to these people first.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
A blonde man stands next to his son, pointing to the weather-worn ruins. He sees you approaching and smiles.
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinaise? I'm Trant Heidelstam. You must be Kim Kisaragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
How does he know Kim?
Nice to meet you.
Hold on, hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young carve and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
What was it about the windows before?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
You and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
He rests his hand on the boy's shoulder. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching to his worm-themed coloring book. Is Kim famous? Why am I not famous?
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into worms lately.
Worms.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
He points to the building again.
Wow, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
What's so fascinating about an empty old building?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
He raises his hand to his eyes to shield himself from the freezing snow. All four of you turn to admire the mural before you.
What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Feld Electrical. And Feld, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Look at the building looming over you.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
I don't think I've ever heard of this Feld Electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains.
He adjusts his suit jacket.
They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was that ace?
It was here in Martinaise, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
Maybe I can get one of, like, the password for that tape here? A tape computer?
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He grins, admiring the sentence he just produced.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
What happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
The boy wipes his nose on his sleeve.
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins.
He pauses, pointing at the other buildings, then continues.
All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
So you're saying that Feld Electrical built this boardwalk look under your feet?
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
Pleasure wheel? The Ferris wheel?
A pleasure wheel?
The lieutenant looks wistfully at the horizon as if picturing gondolas rising to the sky.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
What happened to the engineers, the company people?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass the excesses of the revolution?
I don't want to scar this poor boy. I'm terrible with children in this game. Tape computers, right?
Tape computers.
Also, he might. I can't. I don't know if I'm misremembering, but there was a password for that computer with that lady. Maybe he can help me with that. What did the revolutionaries do with those advanced tape computers?
They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
What was that?
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia.
Got my encyclopedia.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bombessier d'Insolente. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
Okay, how did those tapes work? Do they work like radio computers?
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
He raises his finger, remembering something.
Buckle up.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in
Oh,
Vredefort,
come
Oranje.
on.
It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Juice joined the team, trying to...
Wumpty Dumpty Dom?
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center? He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world.
This is such
What the hell is a Wumpty
Yeah.
Dumpty Dom Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
Okay, the Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center. Paul Ockerman, Keith, and Guy Juice. What are you talking about?
the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
You're making this up. Turn to Lieutenant Kim. He's making this up, right?
In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center.
He clears his throat.
But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Cool.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The Feld playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07.
Wait, the Feld playback experiment?
Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Feld playback experience, but those
Sorry.
are incorrect.
I'm so distracted because outside my window there are birds just flying right close to it. They're so pretty. Cute. And they never get that close. Why did the revolutionaries destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
He takes a step back. The boardwalk creaks mournfully in the wind.
2 seagulls circle in the sky. You look up and think, really? Or was there a 4th prototype that remains hidden in the mausoleums below Cold City?
I want to ask about
But of
something else.
course, what else?
You look like someone who has money. Do you have any money?
I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
Oh, it is. He brushes it off like it's not a thing at all. Oh, it's not a thing?
No, I mean, come on. You need the money. If it's not a thing, he can give you some.
Could I have some of that unimportant money then?
Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms.
He looks uncomfortable, his left hand squeezing his son's shoulder.
I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known parts of our hometown.
I am shameless.
It wouldn't be wise to carry huge amounts of cash on such expeditions.
Not that he would have to worry about being robbed. He looks surprisingly buff. Does he work out?
By the way, do you work out?
I do some lomantang stick fighting now and then.
Lo Mantang stick fighting is a form of martial arts originating from the island of Lo Mantang. It uses slender wooden sticks for confronting the opponent.
That sounds like Kalilustrismo or Arnis. Form of martial arts from the Isle of Lomantang. Right?
Actually, a great many cultures have their own version of stick fighting, such as the sacred Mabolo tradition of the Harley people. The name deriving from the butterfruit tree traditionally used for crafting the long, slender sticks, whereas the sticks used in other cultures...
You doze off as he paints you a
doze
comprehensive picture of the history of stick fighting among mankind,
I bet
seasoning it with unexpected pop culture
his inner
references.
brain is an encyclopedia as well.
Man, he's good at speaking. People must love him.
But anyway, I'm boring you with details again. You were saying?
I'm not really interested in the practice. I just want to know how often you work out. Now and then. That's what, like once a week?
Lomantang stick fighting is a little like a Berolidin addiction. I've been practicing it for nearly 20 years now, so you could say that my doses have grown a little peculiar.
So what is it? Twice a week then? Every other day? Man, it is difficult to stay on the right topic with you.
Dad's fighting with sticks every night after dinner for 4 hours. He has a special room for that and a special costume.
That's right, Mikhail. It also has a meditative quality. Helps to clear my head. But anyway,
Why did I want to know that? Great, thank you for all the interesting information.
no, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
I like this guy. He's
Pick
so
your
likable.
brain. If anything, this was rather one-sided. He did the talking. Whatever.
But he's so likable. Look at him. Just hanging out with his son. Money. No one wants to give me money. Another power box. It charges nothing. It's empty. The fence blocks the path. No way on from here.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D, a slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
Tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Well, that's a bummer, Kim. The lieutenant raises the collar of his bomber jacket. Turn away. I mean, it sounds so sad. Can we go in here? Bars cover these long, dusty windows. Oh. I can see a door here. Can't go in. You see that? Oh? Am I gonna find a way in?
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years.
Try to see inside.
Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase. There's rust and corrosion on the bars. They're foaming with it. And a small layer of white salt from the sea.
Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside? Point at the windows.
No. I won't even try. You know,
He takes his glasses off.
I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
Can you still shoot, though?
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I passed my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
How do I get in here? Oh, Kim? Ah, I thought they found a way. Alright. I'll find a way eventually. What's this? Let's circle. Oh. Wait, why did it say quick travel? What do you mean quick travel? Could I always do that? Huh? Was I always able to do that and I just didn't notice?
Winter, slow to let go of Revachol. Flecks some more wet snow from above.
Look around you.
The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. And to think, it seemed as though it were already spring.
How does it feel?
You're warm in your hat and your coat. Like a well-equipped explorer, you comfortably survey the white landscape.
Alright. Sense out of there. What's in the west?
More winding coastlines lined with abandoned
Have I
buildings.
done this already?
Crumbling piers, salt water lapping at their dark piles. Grey and red forgotten city blocks. What remains of the pre-revolutionary effort to gentrify the coast.
And beyond that?
The waters turn black. Coal City in the shadow of San Martin. A boom town. Back when coal extracted from countless shafts near the city was needed to power Revachol. No more. The coal was supplanted by petroleum from the ocean floor and hydropower from the Esperance. Everything crumbled. These days, only the weakest remain in Coal City. Their hopes of getting rich linger in the defunct shafts under their feet.
What is there?
Below the old mines, l'Océan Municipal, Revachol's underground cemetery. Le Petit Rat braved the underground
What's
passageways,
Le Petit Rat?
trying to get to
Rats?
Royam.
Le Petit Rat.
Children under 14,
Oh
they
my
go
God.
underground looking for artifacts to sell to foreign museums and for fabled relics. Their parents let them. They go deeper.
Deeper?
After rubies, Melchiorite,
The children
lapis
go in the
lazuli,
mines?
plundered from Safle and Seol during the time of the suzerain. In the burial chambers of the kings, Grand Old Philip, Guillaume II, and even in the mausoleum of Philip the Opulent.
Oh, I misheard that. Their parents let them. They go deeper. Okay. Okay, never mind.
2 kilometers underground, in a winding shaft along whose walls mirrors have been placed, so that daylight may eternally fall upon the richest of all the kings. The mausoleum contains untold quantities of gold, and that special, purest of the pure magenta cocaine, favored by Revacholian royalty.
The king, yeah.
How can it be pure if it's magenta?
How can it be pure if it's magenta?
Snow falls, and there is no answer.
Oh.
Some things are not for mortals to know.
Wipe the snow from your shoulder.
Few Petit Rat return from the shafts. Even fewer find what they're looking for. A small child steps out of the black tunnel with silver trinkets in her pockets. All around her, white snow on the extinguished coke furnaces and on the weather-worn shacks where fathers beat their sons after drinking. The snow melts on your fingers, turning to water.
What's in the east?
The canal you crossed to get here and beyond it. Martinez proper, the district the police forgot to police. There is laughter, lights, attempts at entrepreneurial activity, cynicism. Someone is scraping snow off their windshield at the roundabout, in the midst of which a statue of Philip III serves as a destination for grade school field trips and a fine perch for winter birds.
So Shivers is kind of like my connection to the world, like, and I can just like feel it in the air and sense it around me. Is that what it is? I'm doing like, I catch a vibe of my environment. That's all.
Like all monuments, it's also
It's like I
a
can
warning.
see it.
6-story ruins on the south side of the roundabout cast a long shadow over the profligate king.
And further.
A fenced-off yard. There's a truck belonging to a logistics company parked next to the gate.
Yeah, like I've
Bright
done this
light
before, but from the
building
other
behind
side.
the fence. Clean white light coming from the windows of a clean cube-shaped office building hidden amidst ruins. A secret.
I have a feeling this is going to tell me secrets. That's why I'm listening to it. What's in the north?
The abandoned church, one of 2 remaining stave churches, which were collectively called Les Sept Sœurs. The other 6 sisters were destroyed during the revolution.
And further north?
A serpentine strip of land weaving its way into the Martinez Inlet. Unfortunates on the run from the law, from themselves, sometimes hide out on nearby islets. Little dots in the ocean that are occasionally submerged when the tide is high and the weather foul.
And on the islets?
The remains of a camp on a jagged piece of rock, a tent, old dishes and cutlery, long since abandoned. A hermit crab scuttles among the debris, looking for a new shell. Further out, the lights burn bright on Resurrection. Way beyond Martinez, a popular spa destination for ample-bodied Ozon kids with equally ample pockets.
And on the other side of the inlet?
Then there's Ozon, but the snow falls too thick. You cannot see that far.
Before that, before the curtains are drawn.
The Bay of Revachol. Vastness, great depth, over 1,200 meters at its deepest. Water, air brinier than here. It is crisscrossed by huge cargo ships bearing company logos. Wild pines, Zam, Maurien, and at the farthest reaches of the Bay of Revachol, the shadow of the coalition warship Archer, on perpetual patrol duty, ready to unleash artillery fire if you were to rise up against the market. You shudder.
Are they just ready for war all the time? What's in the south?
The raised motorway, 881, with vehicles whooshing past one another day and night, while those who reside beneath the motorway attempt to carry on with their lives in the snow and the slush. And south of the 881 is the Pox.
The Pox?
Was once a park, a place for reflection and recuperation for the patients of the old military hospital. In the 20s, it was used as a quarantine center during a measles outbreak that killed many children. Most everyone has avoided the hospital and surrounding park ever since. The Pox is completely wild now. Evergreen thickets covered in snow and industrial dust. Feral dogs and even wolves roaming in packs. The police try to keep the deepest corners cordoned off.
But still...
Heavy drug users do slip through and hole up in the old military hospital, hoping to find something to get high on among the hastily abandoned supplies, or just to overdose in peace.
Further south?
A line of motor garages with armored carapaces hunched in the cold. A mechanic is hard at work, patching up bullet holes in the side of a Capri 40. These are the garages of Precinct 41. Snow settles on the roof of the repurposed silk mill. It serves as your station. Shivering RCM personnel hurry in and out of the main entrance.
This is a lot of description. Like, I'm not going to remember a lot of this, but as I've been picking up lore, it somewhat seems more familiar.
Around you, the snow continues to fall. To the west, the ocean swells.
No, it was home. I want more.
The stairs descend to Central Jamrock.
Was that home? South?
A man named Cooklove has a snow-covered stall there, in the market across the bridge. He sells kebab infested with fly larvae to your colleagues who believe eating it will make them immune to food poisoning. Snow falls on the utility district, the library, the florist, the Sarah Mauritian restaurant that offers homemade wine, and also on the brothels and drug dens, and the chop shops of the Zemlyaki. All of this built around a lake that formed in a meteorite strike. At the center of this lake, there is a little ship. There are lights at the bottom of its hull. They are lights directed toward the seafloor, looking for something, like whiskers.
For what?
A chill comes over you, crawling down your back. The sand under your feet is wet. Somewhere in the south, tarpaulin flap in the wind.
What's above?
More Coalition aerostatics. Occasionally, lights flash as they maneuver through the falling snow. One large airship carries crates in its belly.
I love that imagery that like this place that is so torn from whatever revolutionary they had, and then there are these airships. Like in my head, they look like zeppelins, or maybe I don't know, like floating ships, like an actual ship. What's below me?
Layer upon layer of sand, poisoned with industrial runoff. The storm drainage, hidden bunkers. Rats scuttle.
Tell me a secret of the sands, wind.
Someone stuffed a big
Shivers
old
is the
polar
wind.
anorak into a concrete pipe under the boardwalk. It would keep you warm. You would probably never happen across it. But who knows?
Polar anorak into a concrete pipe. See, it does tell me secrets. It's like a jacket. Stomp your feet for warmth, brushing off the snow, finish thought.
We should keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up.
A dead phone, a smashed receiver, like somebody hung up too hard. Was it me? I'm not picking up any more tear. Someone must have worked hard to smash the plastic dome. Could I use this
A metal
phone?
payphone under a yellow plastic
can.
dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
Pick up the handset. Do I have anyone to call?
You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Oh, yeah, sure. Let's dial a random number. 00524031155.
Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this?
I should be doing
End
this.
of tone.
Pierre, is that you, Pierre?
She sounds about 100 years old. Yes, it's me, Pierre.
So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died.
Well, what kind of pets did you have?
Are you sure you're Pierre?
Oh,
Your voice, it's different. There. Chrysanthemum.
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
oh my gosh, I can call random numbers? Okay, well, let's not waste our money, but that was weird. That was really uncomfortable. What else is there here? I wonder if I should go back to my white checks. Ooh, wait. Take money. Oh, no, wait, I've been here. This is fine. Rust-eaten letters read Mazet. Rear tire of motor carriage adorn these reeds. Oh, I had a thought when I was over here. That's a Noland Van Sank, an unsuccessful model. Oh, this is where I sleep. Right? This is where I sleep. Dope. I haven't been finding more bottles. Not many. Looking back at you from the rust-colored water, you. Oh, the water is so disgusting. I'll explore the church in a bit. I want to do some of my white checks that I missed before, after I just look around this area. A kick drum pulse. The music is coming from somewhere on the ice. A school of fish huddle around the fence post. They scatter into the dark. Why does this look like a shirt down here? What is that? I can't have it. I want it. Before you, a drawbridge. It can only be lowered from the other side. Full of holes. Could the post hide treasure? Look inside. Alcohol? Oh my gosh, people are just hiding their alcohol in here and money? That's ridiculous. This is where people are hiding their alcohol from, like, their wives? There's money up there. I'll get it in a bit. Because that's the church, right? Yeah, that's the church. What's this? Money. Oh my gosh, people are just leaving their stuff here. Can't cross. Oh, I can go up this way, though. How far up can I go? Oh, I can't go that way. Alright. That's the limits of the map there. What is this, balancing rocks? It must have taken a lot of patience to do this. It is. Ooh. Painted with pastels, someone is trying to bring cheer to the world. It's you, that is. Let me get your stuff before I talk to you. Trash from some unending party. A pole skewered into the ice keeps the tent erect. More tribalistic markings. This post is covered in little humanoids. Oh, is this the bridge?
A pane of eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
What is this?
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
Push the eternite over?
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
We should ask that girl on the ice what's going on here.
The lieutenant gestures towards the young woman next to the tent. There's probably a party going on in this tent, and I am afraid to go inside.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh. Hello there.
Hello.
Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
So you want to party? I have some. So you want to party?
What?
Huh? Do you want to party? Maybe she can't hear me over the wind.
Yeah, I heard you. What do you mean by party?
Disco.
Yes. What do you mean?
The lieutenant sounds serious. Okay, I mean, we get drinks, come back here, sit in the frozen sea ice, and drink until we start talking about fucked up emotional stuff. The worst. Or... No. There.
You know, that sounds kind of nice.
Yeah, we like connect, have our bonding moment.
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
You. If you were intending to use an unorthodox questioning technique for this branch of the investigation, which by the way is tangential at best, you should have let me in on it.
Oh, sorry.
As it stands, I'm going to have to thwart your plan by explaining to the woman that we are police officers.
Oh, of course.
She doesn't sound surprised. We have some questions for you.
She's waiting.
What's your name?
Estelle.
Estelle.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features, some masculinity below that timidness.
And your surname?
Why?
I'm from the police. It's for the paperwork.
Okay, it's Berger.
A very common name.
Okay. What's that device you have there?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
Contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Oh, interesting.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
What? Encyclopedia? What am I supposed to do with this?
No idea.
How does that thing work?
The mic I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Where did you get the mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum.
What's the Palaceum?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock.
can I go
Musicians
there?
live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Sounds interesting. Who is this Arno guy?
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind.
I don't know what that means either.
It means I'm hip beyond my years.
That's cool.
That's it? She breathes on her fingers, looks like she doesn't know what to say. Never mind, let's talk about that contact mic instead.
Sure.
Does this have anything to do with contact mic?
Yeah, I record stuff with it.
No, I mean the Boxer contact mic.
No. This is a contact microphone. It's for recording inside solid objects. Contact mic just beats people up.
You know, contact mic doesn't just beat people up. Contact mic is a role model.
An entire litany spews forth.
Oh my god, I'm turning into people's encyclopedia. This is what's happening. Yeah, you heard right. You should try to be more like Contact Mike, a successful athlete and an inspirational figure who has overcome social, physical, and mental obstacles. Is this really what I don't know why I said that. There was something else I wanted to know.
Yes?
I'm not gonna tell people that. Actually, I have some non-mic questions for you.
Okay.
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
I say these weird things to people, and then I get stuck in this path of like saying weird things and I can't stop myself. And what is it you're recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
What happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
I hope you dumped him. Or maybe he needed for food or something.
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious.
Oh, drugs. And what are these recordings for? The cracks, the footsteps?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Just nod.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
She rubs her shoulders and looks around.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
The sharp drop in endorphins is almost visible, like a warm blanket has fallen off her shoulders. The wave of chill, the quivering jaw, indications of a drug high.
She's high?
Take
Of
this,
course she is.
you're called.
The lieutenant begins to take off his jacket.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
I'm not gonna give her my hat. It's my hat. You said it's supposed to be a music place. What is?
That? The boys think it could be a place,
Oh,
like
the
the Palaceum
church.
or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
And who are these boys?
The boys?
Yeah, Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here inside while the boys are inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Music stuff mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. And there's piles of it.
You mean like those headphones your boyfriend sold?
Yep, they were pretty. I'm sorry we sold those.
Why not just leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More
come
expensive than
on.
any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
I want to give her my hat. I have some other
Go
questions.
ahead. Okay.
Do I have anything that can raise my empathy other than giving her my hat? It's my hat. Oh. Minus empathy.
Hello again.
I'm not giving her my hat.
device is cold to the touch. An angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic cover.
All right, I'm not giving her my hat though. Hell no. All right, let's see what's inside this tent then. There's gonna be
The
stolen
tent
stuff
is
in here.
just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
Squeeze in.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this. I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
It's like a drug den in there. Oh god, it is. Oh, there's so much. There's space for that girl. Smells like sweat and laundry detergent, plus a trace of ether. A pile of nasal sprays, brand name Nosafed Ultra. Canisters filled with what appears to be water. The label says distilled. A speaker, the big kind they use for live music. What's this? Oh, it's to go outside. There's 3 people in here. They could so fit the girl.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Is he brushing his teeth?
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
There is definitely something futuristic about his hair. Aggressively
Wow.
so. You get the sense that this is what the future will look like.
This is the 90s, man.
Imbecilic. Yes, should the future ever come, it will look deeply imbecilic, like this guy.
Shake his hand.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
And Egghead. Egg!
Egg. He yells. A tape player high above his head continues to blast strange music.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Wait, how many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
It is.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
There's no need. The place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church. And I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads. Burnouts.
He angrily spits on a screw, then starts cleaning it.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that. In Revershoal.
Strike that. The world.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
What kind?
The spooky kind.
What exactly do you mean by spookiness?
I was hoping you would be
Spooky.
the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Why do I feel like these guys are the dope heads? I
Also,
don't.
they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse. People just wanna spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
This guy's dressed like a cowboy. He's got cowboy boots and that big buckle on his belt.
Thank you,
They all have
Egghead.
such different aesthetics. Thank you.
So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
All right, I'll look into it. I was gonna go in the church anyways. Tell me more.
All right, man.
He claps his hands enthusiastically. What's the status of the church? I haven't gotten inside the building yet.
I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. A padlock. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry.
Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
What about the key?
Of course! Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
Oh. Medium, be the cool cop. Catch the key as it flies towards you. Please
You
succeed.
sense the trajectory of the little piece of metal and plastic.
So cool.
The object makes a small ringing sound as it approaches. Just the tiniest chime to your left.
Catch it.
Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The Speedfreaks nod to you approvingly.
Oh yeah, no, play it cool. Thanks, man.
The Speedfreak nods to you.
How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
Oh my god, they're probably dead. How can you be sure that they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
Andre, do you know what involuntary manslaughter means?
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I assure you, officer, this is not what's happening here. I'm at least 80% sure they're alive.
Okay, that number's dropping.
I mean, come on. Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. What does anything mean, really?
Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, sounds like nonsense.
You're right. It is nonsense. Total garbage. I knew you'd see through it. You're
do.
one smart cop.
I get by. Now where was I with that padlock?
He nods attentively, ready to answer the questions of one smart cop.
Right, other questions.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Who exactly are the people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do.
What?
I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
You haven't even seen them and you want the police involved?
Well, there's also the machinery. When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
But you haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone, or something, eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
What was that about something watching you?
Like you aren't alone, you know?
Okay, I know that
It
feeling.
wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Not human, as in a
A
ghost.
cryptid?
Do you know what he means?
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
Ooh, a crab man?
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Odd. Crabs are usually marine creatures and not known for climbing walls.
Are you sure there was a crab man?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't
Describe
personally
it.
see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
She's probably just
So he
high.
hasn't even been in there lately. Is he afraid?
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
Can you tell me more about this machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
How can you be sure they're burnouts and dope heads if you haven't even seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't.
oh my
but
god,
I
this
am.
guy's making a lot of assumptions.
This is a below-feeble attempt at avoidance.
Yeah.
Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
Yeah. Well, you can't, but you do. I should add weaponized idiocy to my own repertoire.
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're
My
substance
God.
abusers.
That number is going down.
Don't let all that technology fool you. Where do you think the drugs come from?
All right, let's talk about something else.
Sure. What?
You mentioned some kind of oh my gosh, I forgot that word. Own the church? Who are they?
Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
Before we go on, what do you mean by meteoran?
You know, of Meteo, concerning Meteo.
No, humor me, Andre. What is the founding party?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation.
And
they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericanassian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the innocentic system, no?
Okay, now Andre, in your opinion, would this ancient religious organization who anoints the innocents want a dance club in one of their churches?
Totally.
There isn't a trace of doubt in his voice.
The Pericanassian church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericanassian posse.
Pericanassian.
Love is the relay out of death. We're done.
I'm kind of into this. As a disco man, I'm into this. He violently shakes the tape player as if to see if he can break it.
Love is hardcore.
Unity.
Love is hardcore.
Unity.
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod as if it's obvious he will now break into dance.
You feel it. The anodes and the
I do
cathodes
feel
coursing
it.
through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the bass, as if testing the waters.
No words, enjoy the beat, nod your head.
Feels good.
Yep, it does. Okay, can I dance some more? No. I guess love can be pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah, it can.
He's coming around. You're getting it.
Alright, yep, I understand it. Was lame of me to suggest otherwise. Anodic music is about love, and so is the Perikinesis Church. Why not?
Yeah!
Like, these guys are just so happy.
The place to be.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
His friend forms a fist with a screwdriver still in his hand, approvingly so.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving.
Oh, I'm up for dancing.
You feel like you can go for a little disco when, or if they get this club going. You've got it in you.
I do. I want to ask you about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
I see you brought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
And it's distilled too? He doesn't know what to say.
It's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of.
What does he need that for? The distilled water for? Hate to tell you, but it reeks of sweat in here.
It does, doesn't it?
Told you we have a smell problem.
Wait, I also smell ether. Why?
Ether? I don't smell ether. Do you, Noid?
No.
It's mixed with a peculiar chemical scent like laundry detergent.
He sniffs the air, then shrugs. It doesn't take a forensic scientist to guess it's drug-related. They look and act like the kind of guys who've done their fair share.
I know.
Unlike the girl outside, however, the boy's breathing is regular. Their jaws stay put and their pupils aren't dilated, so they're not under the influence currently. At least, not under the influence of stimulants. That doesn't rule out hallucinogens, benzos, some depressants. How do you know all this?
What's with all the Nosifed?
The what now?
Point at the bottles of the nasal spray in the corner, the Nosifed Ultra. You have a lot of it lying around.
Oh, the old Ultra.
Treating your high?
He's like an actor, looking to the souffleur for his line.
I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
You sound fine to me.
Yes, that's all Nosifed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosifed is the shit.
Can I have some? I have some nose problems too.
Sure. Here you go, officer.
Oh,
The
you gave
Noser.
some to me.
Blast away.
Okay. Alright, enough of
He
this.
nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little
Oh, I
relieved.
shouldn't have convince I'm a smart cop. Logic?
As always, we'll be right here, waiting.
Logic, logic, logic. Oh, I have logic stuff. I'm surprised. I have +4 to my logic? Oh, jeez.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
A number of things don't add up. Let's take a look. How about gather around, kids?
Okay, kids, now gather around.
The young speed freak puts down a busted capacitor and looks at you. The one with the large head seems very enthusiastic about whatever you have planned. Their would-be leader is less amused.
I got some bad news for you, Andre. Things don't add up.
What things?
Ooh, this isn't the makings of a club. It's a tent full of laboratory equipment for manufacturing drugs.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers.
He points at the speaker.
One speaker. They have one speaker.
The distilled water, cornerstone of a clean lab.
And of all cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer?
The ether in the air, a useful solvent, good for getting acting agent out of a solution.
Make up your mind. First it's the sweat, then it's the ether.
The Nosifed is here for its active ingredient.
He said it was for his nose. What more do you want?
Likely pseudoephedrine. Almost exactly the shape of ephedrine. Ephedrine makes you happy, and so does pseudoephedrine.
So I can say all of this. Where is his friend? Did he lose his friend?
What do you mean, friend?
The other speaker. You only have one.
It's a one-speaker system. It's
Oh, come
monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker.
This may be the brain damage talking, but you've definitely never heard of monodynamic or one-speaker systems.
You have no headphones. Wouldn't Aesel need her headphones to spin tape?
What do you know about spinning tape? Nothing.
I know you pawned them, likely for lab equipment and drug ingredients.
I'm sorry, but there is no lab equipment and no drug ingredients.
Okay, there's no need for me to pile on anymore, is there?
No shit.
Your girl Aesel is high as a kite out there. It must have been hard for you boys to keep sober for this meeting.
We don't need drugs to be hardcore.
Shut the fuck up, Egg.
Maybe not today, Egg, but you need drugs to get through the day when you're not expecting me.
Climb down from the equestrian monument, cop man. Consciousness is new to the universe. We all have our ways to ease the shock.
So does Aesel need drugs more than you?
We know she has a problem, man. We're working on it. She didn't exactly have a smooth adolescence.
Bottom line is, I know.
What exactly is it you know?
In short, you tried to use a police detective to set up a drug lab.
That's... Come on, that's...
Against the law?
I meant to say, not true.
So what are we gonna do with you?
What do you mean, do?
You tell me... okay, we do this lawman style. First you tell me everything, then I pass judgment.
Or else...
Ooh. Or else I'll call back up and haul you all off to the pen for starters.
Okay, man, okay.
He raises his hands.
Things are just so hard for an entrepreneur in this city right now.
So they became
It's
drug
not
dealers?
like we lied when we said we want to
Or
turn a church
manufacturers?
into the wickedest club in East Revachol.
Yeah, to sell your drugs there.
Because we do.
And
We
I'm gonna
totally
so
do.
come.
We just need to turn it into a speed lab before.
to get our foot in the door.
And why did you need me?
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
They're not really spooky, are they?
No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there.
But the sign was way off too. I couldn't feel the love at all.
Whatever you think is right, sir. But please, we were only trying to make a living.
I don't know. There's so many situations. I'm not gonna ask for a bribe. No, I'm not gonna arrest them. No. Either I have them do it clean, make the church into a music club. I have to look into the spooker situation before I can decide what to do with you. Decide later.
We can continue on an amiable path, right?
Yeah.
No more misunderstandings, no more lies.
Until I figure out what's in there.
Before you go, is there anything else you need?
That's all for
As
now.
always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
Yeah.
All right. I really wonder what's going on there. All right, girl.
The shaggy-haired girl kneels on the sea ice. She looks up as you approach.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us?
Can't say, gotta ask questions
With the
first.
shoot.
Your associates tried to use me to set up a drug lab. I'm guessing you knew of this plan?
I did, and I'm sorry. For what it's worth, which isn't much.
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquency.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it.
I don't care. I'm local. I just want to know what I know about the plan. Want you to know that I know about the plan.
Okay, but I still regret it. I should have been able to control them, and I will in the future. I promise. May I ask, what did you tell them?
That I'm going to decide after I've looked into the church situation.
Oh, right. That's wise. Take your time.
The others tell me you went inside the church. What did you see in there?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
It's a cryptid, isn't it?
She's less prone to blurt it out, Crabman, than the others.
We'll see. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother. You know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Kind of creepy.
Like a crab, you say?
What did this crab man look like?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Come on. She obviously could. She already went into detail.
Oh, come on. Quit stalling on me. What did he look like?
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all
Banger?
muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way.
I have a mesh tank top.
A crab? And a banger?
The lieutenant raises an eyebrow.
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw.
A gangster crab man. Hey, she's high all the time. But you know what? You were wrong. I believe you.
Why?
I believe that you saw that, but I don't believe that that's what it is. What would... Strange things happen.
Okay,
I don't
then.
know.
They certainly do around me.
I believe that that's what she actually saw. I'd like to know more about your associates.
My associates?
Just answer the question.
Sorry. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on.
Well, too bad.
To the cops.
All right, what about you? Tell me something about yourself.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
Okay, maybe I'll ask later about
Don't
this.
know
I
what
don't
makes
get
you
that.
think it'll be any different later, but
Tell me about this music place you've been planning in the church.
it's supposed to become like a club for Nordic dance
Yeah,
music.
I remember.
Except that, yeah,
Yeah.
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beam, there will never, not in a million years.
What is anodic dance music?
you know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Okay, electronic music, like disco, right?
Synthesizers and tape
Yeah.
consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
This is an evolutionary step up from amplified instruments, which in turn are a step up from...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We have so many quests. Alright. We'll go to the church later. Later. For now, let's go back to the Martinez waterfront. How do I travel? Do I have to go to the travel point? Like over here? It was like somewhere here. Oh, I have a thought. You feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. Yeah, see, I have to be here. Travel here. Let's try to get a few of my white checks that I could redo. Apparently I have one from the dice maker. I can't remember.
Just an ordinary wall.
All right,
Nothing
come on.
to see here.
Conceptualization. Wait. There we go. I can't remember what all of my stuff is. I want more Shivers back. Ooh. Let's see if this works.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see
Do I
here.
have something that's a minus? Minus conceptualization? Any? Where are my superstar glasses? Okay, maybe I don't.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Why am I looking at this wall?
Because
Yes.
you see it. Finally. This wall is sublime. Look at it. The shadows. The colors.
Let the conceptual joy flow into your pupils and blossom into thoughts in your brain.
All the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this, the uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft, color peeled from the very face of God.
More.
Oh, Wallfather.
Wall, Father. Kim, I must paint this wall and add even more beauty to it.
Huh? He sounds tired of it all. You already have the heavy fuel oil to use as paint.
Oh.
It's red. And Cindy the Skull has a paintbrush. This is on.
Cindy the Skull. First, I know you're tired, Kim, but take a look. Another look at this wall. Draw nourishment from its beauty.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yep, I already have the paint. I just need to get a paintbrush from Cindy the Skull.
If you must.
Cindy again? Oh, I'm so bad with names. Wait, I have to talk to Joyce, don't I? Who is Cindy? I'm so... Oh, is this Cindy?
Hello again, officers.
Yes!
Have you come to admire my mural?
I'm gonna need your paintbrush.
What for?
For art. It's for art, okay?
Well, if it's for art, but
Her
what
eyes-
kind of art are we talking about?
Grand art. Art deluxe. The artsiest, the most groundbreaking, the...
Let me stop you right there, Piggy. You have no idea, do you? No idea. No brush? Fuck off.
You'll see, you will all see, and tremble.
Yeah, not gonna hold my breath, Piggy. You look like you'd suck. Everything, really.
Okay, so you won't talk about the murder, but maybe you can tell us something about the murder victim's missing armor?
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
Isn't armor art? Art for the body?
Ugh, alright. Sad Piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear. Look cute as hell.
The little girl with the twin brothers.
Could that girl have been Little Lily?
I know a
It's
little
not
girl
a
in the
bad place to
village.
start.
Little Lily.
Could have been her. Small kid with giant white armored hands. If you've seen one of them, you've seen them all.
They do
Damn
say
it.
the painter always paints his own portrait.
I'm going to paint a self-portrait, but sort of, you know, from the inside to show people what it's like.
That's pretty fucked up. Even for you, piggo.
Okay, I won't do that. Please just give me some paint and a brush. I need to do some art.
You're a real sad sack. You know that? Go ahead then.
Yes!
Art it up. Just try not to hurt yourself. And no self-portraits.
Got it. No self-portraits. Thanks, Cindy. Pick up the brush.
Sure. Anytime. Us shit artists have to help one another. Besides, I was out of fuel oil anyway.
The right idea is not coming to her. It's excruciating. You know what you've got in that fuel canister you scavenged from your
Yeah.
Kanema? Red-dyed heavy fuel
I'm
oil,
ready.
paint, and a brush.
Catch you later, Cindy. Hell yeah. I have a paintbrush. Where is it? Oh, it's under items. I think I had to go to Joyce for something. I just can't remember what it was. It had to do, obviously, with the union people. But I know I had to come back to her.
Good. What can I help you with?
Oh, I show her my badge. That's right. I found my badge, by the way.
I love you did.
She inspects the piece of blue plastic, her eyes scanning from left to right.
Fast, observantly, like an electronic printer.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
Seaweed drips from the badge in your hand. It smells of fish.
How about you share your information on the lynching, now that you've seen his badge?
The goalposts have moved, Lieutenant. In the absence of the badge, I have informed my employer there will be a probe. I cannot rescind that promise. To my knowledge, the drivers are still at the roundabout. I will tell you everything I know when you've finished with them.
This was your plan all along.
My plan is to share information. The only way to do that now is by telling my employers you've kept your end, which I hope you will, because let me tell you, we are in dire waters.
Meaning, the information she has will raise the stakes in this game.
The sooner the probe is finished, the sooner I can share crucial information with you.
Fine. Well, she was unhelpful. I'm gonna go paint this wall.
The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind.
Fuck the police, mother of all walls. What shadow lies there beneath the bright gleam? Draw a 3,500-year-old pictogram of a human being. Something beautiful is going to happen. No parking. No. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna leave it blank. I can't decide yet. Maybe you guys can help me decide what to paint. Ooh, there's something here. What's this? There's something down there. The musty smell of potato cellar in spring emanates from the air vent. I don't know. I forgot to talk to this guy too.
I have really outdone myself.
He takes a bite out of the sandwich.
Divine.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat arse of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
René, it's a little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
Looks delicious, pointing at the sandwich. Can I have a bite of that?
I'm sorry, officer,
Aww.
but I really don't share food. Nothing personal, it's just a principle.
The only one you have.
The sandwich looks like a culinary wonder. Well made and
I want a
abundant in
sandwich.
components. The author sure knew their craft. In addition to the obvious slice of ham, a fat one, you notice a brim of a tomato peeking from below.
Oh, mayonnaise. I hate mayonnaise.
Is that mayonnaise?
Don't be a dick, Gaston. There's plenty for everyone.
Believe me, officer. I wish I could help you, but I need this sandwich to keep my blood sugar stable.
I need it
In
more.
my age, you need to pay attention to these things.
No, you're not hearing me, man. I need the sandwich.
Fuck off! It's mine!
He jerks away immediately, startled by his own
A
reaction.
glimmer of respect flashes in Rene's eyes.
I'm so aggressive.
Sorry, officer. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it in a bad way. But the sandwich is mine. I'm not gonna share it.
And it's gone.
Oh, he ate it all. What a jerk.
When the dissidents come to rape our country, he hides. But try to get a bite of his dear sandwich and he gets claws? You're a special kind of vermin, Gaston.
You are. You mentioned HeyAmarii Beaulieu. Who's that?
Oh, sweet Jenny. She was the finest woman in all of Revachol. Maybe the entire world.
Do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in peace.
So you both knew her?
We knew her, all right. Lived on the same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. The 3 of us have been best friends since we were 4. She was René's first girl back when the prick was 16. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than just be happy.
And then you stole her from me.
Ooh, do not intervene.
Well, technically, you stole her from me, because we'd been pretty close ever since you two had that falling out over the ink you spilled over her pretty yellow dress.
We were just boys then. This was different. You...
The tall veteran looks at you and nods.
No point starting this all over again. For the 1000th and the first time. Especially when we have company. Officer.
What happened to her?
She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago. It was a quiet passage. Peaceful.
He smiles faintly.
René and I were both by her bedside when she...
He pauses, searching for the right word.
Died. No use sugarcoating it. Won't bring her back. Will it now?
Departed. Until the very end she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman I've ever met.
Why do you think she was indecisive?
She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us to marry.
The look in his eyes is happy and distant.
She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married.
Women, right?
Heck, technically, we're both still engaged to her.
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy. Seduced her with your fancy words and pastries.
And sandwich.
He suddenly remembers you are still there. Falls silent and turns away.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Of course, officer.
Unlike your sandwich.
Memories are all we have left.
Wait, why can we talk more about HeyAmarii?
Of course, officer.
Tell me,
Memories
what do you
are
know
all
about
we
the
have
dead man?
Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really.
Really, you know absolutely nothing?
No, officers. I'm sorry. And I really would like to assist.
He adds
You
while...
are both good guys. I can see that.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the gauche caviar in the Union. Someone must know something.
He means caviar socialists.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that.
Odd. He doesn't seem to be lying, but there's something off here.
Oh, sounds like a bit like you're holding back.
I'm not even anyone.
Not even anyone?
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Evrard.
How do you know Evrard?
Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea. There he stands, proud, rigid and alone, like a cracking marble statue.
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
Okay, are you a Union member?
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Evrard, Edgar, and the older debarders all know me.
So you're not an actual member?
Not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Evrard keeps me on the payroll. just for the little things.
So that's what it was before. Him hiding something. He tries to make it look like he's a big deal in the Union, and now the illusion is disintegrating before your and Renee's eyes. He doesn't know anything, because no one tells him anything. He's an outsider.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a Weservein. Turns the way the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate the socialist rabble. But even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence. Never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already.
What are the little things you do for Everard?
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say.
What kind of things do you write for him?
Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Everard and I have these long talks where...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Are you a caviar socialist?
I don't even consider myself a regular socialist. Politics is not really something I involve myself in, officer.
Aha. Okay, but how can you write those newspaper pieces if you're not political?
Officer, I have a vivid imagination.
You're just writing fiction.
And like I said, I have a way with words. That's enough. No need to sink into politics.
He just fluffs it up.
Of course. Don't sink into anything. Don't sink into any fight. Only sink into your couch.
But you need to believe in something. Freedom, the people, Revachol, or even money.
I believe everyone has the right to think and do whatever they want. Even if it's nothing at all. I'm very adaptable.
Mon Dieu.
Hey, I want, that's all for now.
No, thank you.
I want your
For
sandwich.
being consummate professionals.
Wait, do I have anything for rhetoric? I want that sandwich. I wish I could sort this by item, you know? Or not by item, by stats. Like all the blue stats together. Do I have a minus rhetoric? I have a minus rhetoric somewhere. Ah, here, my hat.
It is such a pleasure to see you again,
17%?
officer.
Yeah, I'll take it.
A man so
Damn it.
principled about his sandwich calls for a principled approach.
I'm already tripping
Time to
knee
get
deep in
political.
politics, baby.
You really do. Now, unleash the fury.
Your blood sandwich is a tool of the oppressor. Nope. Okay, yeah. Your blood sandwich is a tool of the oppressors designed to keep the proletariat docile.
What?
I don't know.
What oppressors?
I just said something really communist because I said commie things.
I am not going to listen to this commie connery.
I just want that sandwich. He utters through clenched teeth and turns his back to you. Look, comrade, the overabundance this sandwich embodies is inherently evil.
I really don't
Give it to me.
understand how my sandwich could...
But I don't either, but wouldn't you rather eat a sandwich free of the bourgeois guilt baggage?
I would rather just have this one, officer.
I just want that too.
It's
I don't know
really
why.
good.
I'm
Tell
sure.
this lost comrade what the people's sandwich would be like.
The people's
It's
sandwich.
still the essence of the working man
Okay,
in a sandwich.
but imagine a sandwich absolutely minimal in design. No, wait. Essence of the working man. But imagine a sandwich covered entirely in fine metal dust from an industrial plant.
That sounds horrible.
It does.
You really don't know your way around the kitchen, officer. Food and politics don't mix.
Just want sandwich. Okay, I will come back for that. I will come back for that sandwich. I will come back for it. That sandwich is mine. Oh, 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 I had a thought. Where's my thought? I have a thought. Kim, let me have this thought. Spirited... Oh. Alright, we have a lot to do, and I realize I've been recording for quite a while now, so I will save here so I know the next guy to talk to is this guy. I'm gonna go visit the pawn shop. I have a lot to do, and I feel like I'm getting sidetracked a lot, but I'm also like I have a plan. I have a plan. Okay, anyways, thank you all for watching, and I really look forward to the next time I get to play this. So until then, take care everyone.